Alright, so we are here for the third Master Lost Sector at the Pale Heart. This one has barriers and unstops and fire pit and a lot of lucent moths, and it's not very easy. And solar and void surge is on. Yeah, I ran this at 2030 and I'm 2002 light. This is a build video that I'm gonna make, so you're getting a sneak peek of that if you're watching this. It centers around bad juju and getting my celestial as much as possible. And then here's the aspects and fragments. I run snare bomb. This is to weaken. And then we have facet of dawn to apply radiant. So we're getting 15% and 25%. It's really strong. Grapple for the movement. Threaded Spectre, Winter Shroud, just because nothing else. I don't really want Stylus Executioner because I want the 3 fragment slots. I don't like Gunpowder Gamble because it eats my grenade when I need to get out of a jam with a grapple grenade. And this just doesn't pair well with this Lost Sector. Here's the rest of the fragments. This is just a general build. I didn't tailor it specifically for this Lost Sector. So like this, I don't take advantage of very often. Same with this. I don't even know why I have that on there. This is nice because you're using bad juju a lot. Facet of courage, your arc, solar, and void abilities deal increased damage, so you can just do even more celestial goldy damage. And then this will give me restoration when I pick up an orb of power, which is nice. And then here's the mods. I'll just go through them on this screen. Void and kinetic siphon, so I can make lots of orbs. Again, this is all about getting my super. Arc loader for indebted kindness. Resist mods because there's all 3 in this Lost Sector, as you'll see. This for my edge transit. Bomber, powerful attraction, time dilation. Again, like I'm not even taking advantage of time dilation. Again, this is just more of a general build, not necessarily tailored for this. And then I've got radiant orbs, so I can get radiant when I pick up an orb. And then expanding abyss, so that's going to take my 15% weaken from the smoke bomb and apply 25% weaken for my edge transit. So you can see it absolutely cooks champions even this much under light. So yeah, I will get into the run. Alright, so here's the run. In this room, you can really manipulate the spawns by just stepping into those little green hive pools. So we proc a smoke bomb, which kind of disorients everything, and then we're able to take out that ogre very quickly. And then when I get a double kill, this gives me Radiant, plus I have String of Curses. Look at how strong Bad Juju is. I've been waiting for this day for a long time for Bad Juju to be this strong. So yeah, it feels good. So I'm going to bait this guy and then do a dodge. So that's going to give me my smoke back. And now look at the bait and switch edge transit with Expanding Abyss. Like, that just absolutely destroys. Again, I'm 28 under light, so even less, or even a bigger power delta than you would find in Grandmaster GMs. Grandmaster GMs. That's one and the same. Grandmaster Nightfalls. So, yeah, to be able to kill in a stun that fast, like my Celestial Goldie, if I don't have Weaken and Radiant, or if I don't have at least Radiant, I won't one-shot these champions from full health. So that tells you how under light I am. Because I did run this Lost Sector quite a few times. The boss room is really difficult. But here you can see we have Radiant and the Weaken, and we hit for 320,000. So yeah, anyways, as you step on those green pools, that's what's spawning in all the enemies. So then as soon as we hit that crystal, we want to be shooting immediately to take out this knight. So that was pretty clean. Then we're just going to send our Volt Shot, and then again we're going to proc a double kill. So here's where we pop Transcendence. We pick up this Orb of Power, so we go Radiant with Radiant Orbs. And then we're just going to get 1 stun. And it takes a long time because Bungie still hasn't fixed being able to hit crits on barriers. But again, you can see just how fast we melt everything. So then we're just going to be kind of spamming our abilities just because we're Transcendent. Here I kind of mess up a little bit. But we recover, and I'm just waiting for my super here. So waiting, there we go. And then we're going to pop it, and boom. Take them out really quick. So yeah, Celestial is awesome, and this is still over a 15-minute clear of this Lost Sector. Just because I'm playing safe. Again, I had way quicker runs when I'm playing aggressively and dying, but I was going for the flawless here. So here, bait and switch just with Radiant, no weaken. You can see we still kill an unstop in 1 stun. So very, very powerful. Edge Transit is absolutely cooking. And now just look at my super bar and the Transcendence meter when we get rolling with Bad Juju. It's really, really good. So anything under 3 minutes here is a really good run. And I had 2 minutes and 40 seconds, so this was probably one of my quicker opening sections. But again, I died a lot in the boss room throughout my attempts. So I had that opening area pretty down to a T. So here, again, we're just roasting with Bad Juju. So what I was doing before was popping a Celestial on the boss to trigger her health gates. There's 2 health gates, 3 total. But I decided to start saving my Celestial for the Shrieker, because the Shrieker starts shooting you and enemies spawn in at that same time, so getting that Shrieker down is imperative. So it does take a little longer and you expend some more ammo on the boss, but it is well worth it because the Shriekers are need to be dealt with immediately and they're extremely threatening. And then those moths are really annoying. One thing I hate about the moths, it's not so much that you have to shoot them or whatever, it's that they take a second to spawn in. So while you're standing there waiting for them to spawn in, you can get shot from other enemies. It's just really frustrating. Because so much of this game is quick twitch, shoot something immediately, and those you have to wait. So there you can see I took some damage, but that was a good example of how I use the grapple throughout this boss room, because we want to come back here. This is the safest spot, and so this is very boring gameplay. I understand that, and you can be way more aggressive because I have the Threaded Spectre. I really don't know what's going on with my OBS lately either. Sorry that the footage looks a little choppy here. I think it's also this part of the Lost Sector. I had the same thing in Birthplace of the Vile. There was just certain parts of that GM where my footage gets really choppy, and I'm not sure why. But anyways, yeah, you want to play back at that door and deal with those knights. The range the boomers have is absolutely crazy. In there, I was super close to dying, and I think that was a boomer from literally across the map. I know the boss was in her super, but I know the boomer was shooting as well. So what we want to do is get over here and then deal with that knight. So like I was saying, you have Threaded Spectre and the smoke bombs, so you can play really aggressively on those knights and just go up, throw a smoke bomb, do a dodge, get your smoke back, proc the Threaded Spectre, and then deal with them up close. I was doing that after I would die, but again, I was playing safe because this was going for flawless. And then yeah, you just have to hit those green pools to activate the thing. So I left that one in the corner because every time you do, there's ad spawns. So I'm just cleaning everything up. So there's a lot of this, ads will spawn. There's the boss's pulse grenade. So even here, that's the difference between a flawless and non-flawless sometimes. Where I would die to that pulse grenade a lot of the time. This was the run where I just happened to just get away by the skin of my teeth sometimes, and just get lucky. So yeah, sometimes you just need things to go your way, and other times they just don't go your way. So here the boss is rotating on me. Again, this was not even the cleanest boss room, and yet this was the one that I get the flawless on, where I'm really scrambly. Like I said, I had way smoother boss rooms before this one, but yeah, anyways. The goal here is to get all the ads down before we proc the next green pool to get our light shield breaker, and that's going to allow us to deal damage to the boss. So again, we're just cleaning up these ads. This was this build is the first time I used Bad Juju. I've been using this build for a few other things. I did the dual destiny mission with this loadout on Celestial Goldie with the Bad Juju. It's just a lot of fun, and Bungie buffed the pulses in Final Shape, and like I said, this is kind of the first one I've been using. I guess I used Graviton in the day 1 raid, but yeah, there you can see once we proc that third one, the Shrieker gets ready, and then I popped my Celestial Goldie to take it out immediately. Then we deal with those ads on the side, we throw a dodge just to be safe, and then now we're just going to be dealing with the ads. So one thing that's really annoying is that railing. It's really hard to shoot enemies when you're below them. So yeah, there's just a lot of little intricacies in this Lost Sector that make it frustrating. Honestly, all these Pale Heart Lost Sectors, it's fun to have a challenge in Lost Sectors again. I used to run them for fun way back in the day, and yeah, like I would make YouTube guides on them and stuff, how to beat them back when they were tough. And then when the 3.0s came out, and especially before the light level changes where they kind of capped how high we can be above our, like you can't over level lost sectors anymore. For a while you could, so you would just like roll through them with ease. So yeah, like I said, it's nice to have a challenge. Granted, at only 20 under, which is what will be later in the season, instead of 28 like I am now, it's definitely going to be a little easier, especially killing those knights. That's the biggest thing. You'll be able to be way more aggressive on the knights, so you'll definitely get quicker times, where I was playing really safe because their boomers can basically two-shot you. So yeah, really risky to play super aggressive when you're this far. Again, this is more than GM Delta. So anyways, I'm just kind of picking my spots. So after this, more ads are going to spawn. So I'm just kind of tagging up the boss, getting it ready, and then I'm going to get back to my safety corner. Except I kind of forget that to spawn in the unstop, you do need to hit. So there, again, I have my grapple just to get out of danger. So yeah, I hit the boss, but no ads spawn in because you have to hit the first green pool. And if you hit the middle pool, I'm pretty sure this is how it works. So if you hit one of the left or right pools, the unstop is going to spawn in. I thought maybe I could spawn the unstop in by hitting the middle one. So what I do here is I quickly do a threaded specter on this middle one, thinking that that was going to spawn the ogre and that would distract it. But it didn't. It just spawned in the first wave of ads. For better or worse, it is what it is. Probably a good thing, honestly, because if an unstop spawned right on top of you, that would kind of be crappy. So then, again, you can see Bad Juju just doing work. It's so good. It doesn't have the best range. It's a lightweight pulse rifle, but for like that range, it can still do okay. But anything outside of like there, you're getting pretty deep drop off and even hit registration problems. So again, we want to deal with the knights. So I'm just trying to take out whatever knight I can, which happens to be this one. Keeping in mind that the boss is on my right, laying down fire on me. So I'm just being careful. So yeah, sorry that the gameplay is so slow. It's just, again, just like yesterday's, I was sick of running it, and I just wanted to play extra safe. Yeah, like, obviously it's tough to solo GMs and things, but usually the reason I die is just being too impatient and pushing things. And again, that's how I was dying in this lost sector. So I was like, nope, I'm only going to take what the wizard gives me and only shoot at the enemies that I have a safe shot at. I'm not playing risky anymore. So yeah, it may not be as entertaining to watch, but it is kind of a good lesson or something just on like how you can really play safe if you have to. Like if you're really prioritizing your life, you can probably stay alive. Obviously, you do still have to kill enemies at the end of the day. And after 15 minutes in a lost sector, darkness fades or whatever, so you lose your revives. So like right now I have 8. I will lose those at 15 minutes, which I do end up losing on this run because I take so long. Because again, I was just like playing really cautiously, as you can see. Here, let's speed this up. So I rotate, and this acolyte comes out of nowhere, and then of course they spawn those little solar pools. So that's why I did a dodge, just to like, in case the boss rotated on me, then hopefully she was going to shoot the decoy and not me, but didn't wind up rotating. So now I'm going to trigger the unstop. What I'm going to do is stun him, and then I'm going to get to my safety spot again. So now we're safe. I'm just going to speed this up too. So we stun him, put some damage in with the GL, then we stun again. And I noticed my GL doesn't have much ammo, and the reason I'm keeping that ammo around is if I have to like get close to a knight, it's good for burning down the knights if I have to. So then I kind of debate on it, and then I'm like, yeah, screw it, I'll just use the Goldie here. And there was 2 acolytes right near the ogre, so that was really nice, so I was able to take them out. So again, now we're just playing cautiously, and then I did see that I got a heavy drop, so I was really happy about that. And I know there's a knight up there, and he's really dangerous. And this is really annoying. I've never seen a knight do this. Usually they strafe and stop. And watch this guy. So he's low health, and he just keeps on strafing constantly. Never stops. And I'm just like, what the hell is this? And of course, the rocket sidearms are projectiles, so they're not hit scan. So it's hard to lead them from this far away. Finally, the knight stops, and then I'm able to take it out. And then there's this knight, and you do want that knight over there dead because he's close to the chest. And then this is the other difficult thing about this lost sector. I had gotten this far and killed the boss, but I had left the Shrieker up. And then when I went to take out the boss's ghost, the Shrieker melted me. So I had killed the boss, but the lost sector still isn't over. And yeah, so this again is why I was playing so safe. I'm just taking my time. So finally I decided to rotate because I've got all my abilities, so I can do a dodge there. And then we can use our smoke bomb again. And then we're just going to take everything out. And yeah, really have to watch for those moths. So once I hit this green pool, the Shrieker is going to open up. So what I should have done was pre-pop, but sometimes the Shrieker doesn't open right away, and you need to like shoot it just one time. So if you're in your Goldie, it can make you waste your Goldie. So that's why I didn't like pre-pop there. But that time the Shrieker did open up right away. So again, I was just finding it, again, it's a little slower on the boss because you have to chip away at it, but it's good to get that Shrieker down immediately. So now I'm like full ammo on everything, but I'm still playing cautiously because I do have to get over there to get the chest. And now another knight spawns in, so I'm just playing really safely, as you can see. So I pop Transcendence because you just deal more damage. And yeah, I'm being very wary of that Boomer Knight. I take one hit and I just back up. Getting out of there. Just lob a grenade just because my Transcendence was about to run out. So now the boss is really low, but I still have that knight up, and he's a bit of a problem. So again, we're just cleaning everything up so that we can safely take out this wizard without getting killed while we're in the finisher for the ghost. So now I have an opportunity to take out that knight, so that's exactly what I do. And then I get quite lucky here with the boss's rotation. Boss rotates right where I want it. I thought that shot was going to kill it because it was so low, but I actually needed 2 shots. Then we're going to get the finish on the ghost. We got a couple enemies here, so I'm just dodging. Again, playing extra safe. And we're good. So that's the run. Freaking 17 minutes. I don't know the last time a lost sector took me 17 minutes, but it's been a minute. And then we kill another knight just for fun. So yeah, that is the Forgotten Deep solo flawless. Again, be on the lookout for the build video of this one. It's a really good and fun build. I'll go over everything that makes it so awesome in that build video. But if you made it to the end of this one, thanks so much for watching to the end, and take care.